Hi everyone, I'm Mia Zamora and I'm sorry I can't be with you this afternoon. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone tomorrow, but I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents in opening up a question of what is network learning, what is connected learning, etc. So I thought I'd share with you this interesting infographic which really pins down a notion of connected learning. There are several pillars that contribute to a connected learning experience, and these pillars include interest power, access to learning. So what that really means is that a student brings in their immediate interests into the classroom and that they have an active place in the learning that goes on in their own classroom. So their own interests mean something in the classroom. The second pillar is the idea of production-centered learning and that what that means essentially is that students will make things. Whether that be in the digital realm or in the analog realm, they will be making, composing, producing things. Then there's the peer-supported element of connected learning, which suggests that there's a wealth of information in the room, that peers have different sets of knowledge, and that they can contribute and share with each other what they know. The next pillar is understood as shared purpose, and what that essentially means is that a community develops in a learning environment and that community is able to identify their values. What are the things that are most important to that group of people? And often projects and shared commitment comes from that ability to identify what shared purpose there is in the effort to learn together. There's also the academically oriented aspect of connected learning, and that's the more traditional sense of learning goals and learning skills that come from an academic framework. Finally, the last pillar is the openly networked aspect of connected learning, which essentially means that students will be reaching beyond the four walls, perhaps through online and social spaces, or maybe in a community sense, which might even be offline, but ultimately there's a network sense of how to learn, that we connect with others, that we talk to others, and we learn through those connections and those networks that we're developing. So that's really the kind of wholesome understanding of what connected learning can be. Um, Another thing that I wanted to share with you is a bird's eye view on network pedagogy, which is, of course, open 24 hours. In essence, it's the notion of asynchronous learning. But network pedagogy is often public writing on the open web. What does that mean? It means back-channeling thoughts and collaboration, and that often happens in social media sites and social media spaces. Um, Often courses will be hubbed at a course website and an online website, but students often will be writing their own personal blogs, which then becomes syndicated into the actual course website. So if you visit the course website, you can see every individual student's contribution to the conversation through their periodic blogging. There's also a tradition of public annotation or reading together on the open web, and often that is done with the tool called Hypothesis. Finally, I'll say that many networked pedagogical contexts can be co-locational. That is, that a course might occur in a variety of different physical spaces or geographic spaces, but they can be linked through the open networked context. Often you see social media being a kind of back channel, and Twitter is often used, and the Twitter chat is a great way to convene and have a purposeful conversation over a specific period of time. So for an hour at a scheduled moment in time, there might be a close reading done or a conversation with an artist or scholar, but whatever it may be, the Twitter chat is a great forum for that. Also, we have the tradition of the studio visit. The studio visit is when you might meet with field experts or inspirational thinkers or important artists in the field who can offer insight for students. So it's kind of a basic Skype chat or a Google chat, but it's a way to touch base with important or influential contributors in the field, and that's a great aspect of network pedagogy. I think one of the questions that I've come at network learning with is the idea of how, in what ways does a network learning context transform our reading and writing methodologies? And this very question has been explored in great depth in a innovative course that both Alan Levine and I have been designing and teaching for the last 2 years together. On the web, on the open web, it's known as NetNow or hashtag NetNow, specifically on Twitter, but also on other platforms. But this course is part digital storytelling, part digital culture, part digital art, part video games, part electronic literature. What it really is a forum for online digital life. It's co-locational, and it is a creative forum as well, a place for students to not only explore those aspects of digital culture, but also a place for them to make and to be creative. So some questions to frame the conversation today that you're having during lunch might include: what role does play and the culture of play um, take in an open pedagogical context? In other words, what is an open pedagogy of play? I think that's something that Alan and I can start to answer through the lens of our experience with network narratives. Another question that I wanted to throw out to all of you is: how might a culture of play and the idea of combinatorial creativity support network pedagogy and connected learning? So this playfulness that we take to our work, the idea of having fun and remixing and riffing off each other in a creative and imaginative way is crucial to the context of network learning and a connected sense of learning. So certainly Alan and I can tell you more about our experiences with the culture of play in the context of connected learning. And I hope that we'll continue the conversation tomorrow as well, and I'm looking forward to meeting many of you when I'm on the Coventry campus tomorrow morning. Take care and enjoy the rest of the lunch.